You know the story: a righteous prince, a stolen queen, a demon king with 10 heads, an enormous bride, an army of monkeys, a war that reshapes the cosmos. The Ramayana is one of the oldest, most widely loved stories on earth, a cornerstone of Hindu civilization, composed 2000 years ago. Tulsidas retold it in Hindi 4 centuries later in a version so beloved, millions still recite it every day. Now hold that image of Ram, avatar of Vishnu, the ideal man, and tell me what you make of this. This is Hikayat Seri Rama, a full Malay retelling where Ram prays to Allah, where the demon Ravana receives his power not from Shiva but through the intercession of the prophet Adam himself, where Sita has a secret about her own birth that the classical Sanskrit tradition never contained. This is not corruption of the story. This is one of the most extraordinary acts of cultural translation the world has ever produced. And almost nobody outside Southeast Asia knows it exists. Today, we change that. To understand how the Ramayana became Islamic, you first have to understand that India's greatest stories were never contained by the India's borders. For 2000 years, Indian merchants, priests, and sailors moved through the Indian Ocean, carrying silk, spices, mathematics, and yes, stories as well. By the 1st century CE, the cultures of the Malay Peninsula, Sumatra, and Java had absorbed profound Hindu and Buddhist influence. You can still read the Ramayana in stone at the temple complex of Prambanan in Java, preserved for 1,000 years. Between the 13th and 17th centuries, Arab and Indian Muslim traders came to dominate the Strait of Malacca. When the king of Malacca converted to Islam in the early 15th century, it wasn't just religious, it was geopolitical. It opened his ports to the vast Muslim trading network and gave his kingdom legitimacy on an international stage. But when a people convert through commerce rather than conquest, they don't erase their old culture, they translate it. So, the scholars of the Malay world did something remarkable. They kept the story and rewrote the theology. The result was the Hikayat Seri Rama. Names first, because they tell you everything about how a story wants to feel. Ram becomes Seri Ram. Seri, a Sanskrit honorific meaning radiant, absorbed into Malay as a title of nobility. Sita becomes Sati Devi. Sati, an Arabic title carried by women of piety and rank. Even Lakshman survives, transformed into Laxman, which also became the Malay word for admiral, a hero's name turned into a military rank. The deeper transformation is theological. In Valmiki, Ram is unambiguously an avatar of Vishnu. His divinity is the whole point. In the Hikayat, that framework is systematically dismantled. Seri Ram is a great and righteous king, perhaps even prophetic in some readings, but a man who submits to Allah. Now, the villain, because this is where the rewrite becomes genuinely audacious. In Valmiki, Ravana earns near invincibility through thousands of years of penance to Brahma and Shiva. But Islam has no Brahma, no Shiva. So the Hikayat had to solve a problem. How does Ravana get his power? In some versions of the Hikayat, Ravana's prayers are heard through the intercession of Nabi Adam, the prophet Adam, the first man, father of humanity. The evil is still evil, but the universe containing it is now unambiguously Islamic. And then there is Sati Devi, because the Hikayat contains a version of Sita's origin that is for anyone who grew up with the traditional Ramayana genuinely shocking. In Valmiki, Sita rises from a furrow in the earth, born of the ground itself. In the Hikayat, she is the biological daughter of Ravana. An astrologer warns the demon king that his daughter will be the instrument of his destruction. So, Ravana places the infant in a vessel and casts her upon the waters. And think about what it does to the story structure. If Sita Devi is Ravana's biological daughter, when he abducts her, he is not seizing his enemy's wife. He is, in some deeply disturbing sense, reaching for his own lost child. The war that follows isn't just righteousness against evil, it is a family tragedy. By now, you see the pattern. The divine avatar becomes a righteous mortal. Brahma and Shiva are replaced by Allah and the Prophet Adam. And then, there's Hanuman. In the Hindu tradition, Hanuman is the son of the twin god Vayu, the embodiment of devotion, one of the most beloved figures in the entire Hindu pantheon. In certain versions of the Hikayat, his origin is completely rewritten. At one point in the story, Seri Rama and Sita Devi are transformed by a curse into monkey form. While the curse holds, before it can be lifted, Sita Devi becomes pregnant. Their son, born into monkey form before his parents are restored to human shape, is Hanuman. In one stroke, the theological problem of a semi-divine monkey god is resolved. Hanuman is not the son of a wind deity. He is the son of Seri Rama, human in parentage, legendary in form. He still fights for righteousness with absolute loyalty. But the woman Ravana kidnapped is now his mother. Now, I know what you are thinking. You are thinking, that's the biggest change in the story. You are wrong. It's how they change the ending. And when I tell you, you're going to want to rethink everything we've just discussed. The fire ordeal, in which Sita proves her purity through flame, is absent from many Malay tellings entirely. In an Islamic ethical framework, demanding a woman prove her virtue through physical ordeal carries very different connotations. The storytellers were very sensitive to this. They changed it. The Ramayana exists in over 300 distinct versions across South and Southeast Asia. Thai, Cambodian, Burmese, Balinese, and Tibetan. There is even a Jain version where a Jain Ram cannot commit violence. So Lakshman strikes the killing blow and Ram grieves for the act. Every culture that touched the story found something in it that was already theirs. The Malay codes read the Hikayat Seri Rama as a mirror for princes, not scripture, but a moral epic, asking a single question. What does it mean to be a good king? Seri Rama was the ideal ruler, patient, just, willing to suffer personal cost for the right cause. Ravana was the mirror, a being of extraordinary power who destroyed himself not through weakness but through ego. The Hikayat is sometimes called syncretistic, a blend of traditions theologically impure. But I'd offer a different frame. The greatest stories are not owned by any single tradition. They belong to humanity.
Hello everyone. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you like this video. If next time someone tells you that a great story belongs to one religion, one culture, or one people, just remember this. That Ramayana was born from Hindu civilization, but over centuries, it became something far larger. It grew into a universal mirror, reinterpreted by cultures all across Asia, each seeing their own truth reflected within its pages. Let me know your thoughts and comments. I'm Neha Rao, and this is Audiotale. Namaste.